Tri-Media Pro Incorporated.
Mga usaping pang-edukasyon, iba't ibang bagay na karaniwang hindi napapin, ngunit kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Education Radio. Tara na, mapagtalak at matuto kasama si Pia To. Education Radio, tuwing alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga, dito lang sa DZRJ, 8:10 AM, Tri-Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Good morning, Manila. Good morning, Philippines. And good morning, world. Welcome to another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 8:10 AM, Tri-Media. And today, I'm so excited, especially after last night's premiere. No? I'm so excited to have Mikel Red and Pam Reyes, direct Mikel Red and producer Pam Reyes, for their film Birdshot. Okay, I'm so excited to have these millennials here today, 25 and 26, who produced such a wonderful movie, and congratulations to your opening last night in Cinemalaya.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. And so let's talk about your film. What's Birdshot all about?
I guess basically Birdshot is a mystery thriller film. It's about this young farm girl who mistakenly shoots and kills a Philippine eagle, and she's forced to hide in the forest as police track down the poacher. And eventually they discover like another layer, a conspiracy. So it's a mystery film, and if you want to know what the secret is, that dark secret that they uncover in this film, go see it.
Go see it talaga. How was last night? The party time talaga last night. Cinemalaya.
It was sold out.
Wow.
The whole main theater of Cinemalaya seats around 2,000 people. So there were a lot of people in Cinemalaya for our screening.
Yeah, congratulations.
It feels like, going full circle for me, because I started my first feature film for Cinemalaya. I made my first feature film 2013, Recorder, and now 4 years later, my second film is opening the festival, which is a very prestigious slot for a screening. So I'm really proud of that. Yeah.
And earlier on, you guys were telling me like, finally brought this back home to the Philippines. So what was the journey anyhow, Birdshot?
Well, it started in 2014. Mikel had a fantastic script, and we submitted it to the Doha Film Institute grant, and then we won a grant in Qatar. And then we submitted it and sent it to the TP Productions, who produced General Luna, and they thankfully accepted the project.
Yeah, I mean, they took a risk because I was still a rookie filmmaker. I only had one film, but when they saw the script, they really believed in the potential of the material, in the message and the story of Birdshot, and they put money in, and we were able to complete financing in less than 2 years. And we were very patient with it. We took it around, got some funding abroad, but it's always, I'm proud as a filmmaker whenever I get local sources to also help me in my films, because at the end of the day, it's a Filipino film.
What was the inspiration?
I was making my first feature film back in 2013, and then I came across this article, a news article about this farmer who shoots, kills, cooks, and eats a Philippine eagle. And he claimed he was unaware of the law, that it was illegal. He didn't know it was a crime, but he was jailed for it. And for me, it was a tragic event, a tragic outcome for both these, I guess, uneducated communities living in the wilderness. And at the same time, for conservationists, for the people trying to protect these eagles. And as a storyteller, I'm always fascinated with situations where...
That's where the mystery comes
in. I mean, it's morally ambiguous. Like, people do things in order to survive. So, where do you draw the line? There's no clear protagonist or antagonist. And I like films like that. So, it really makes you question, I guess, morality itself.
Yeah, and it's a perfect nowadays, especially since I think you will both agree with me when I say especially on my show. No, we're called Education Radio. There's so much to learn. There's
Yeah.
so much to that we don't know, that we need to know. And how else? One beautiful way to learn is through film,
Yeah.
right? So this is like, you've been working together for how long?
Since short films, right?
Yeah, we've done a
Short
couple
film.
of short films together, and then she also produced my first feature film back in 2013, and then my second feature film, Birdshot, which is 2016 production. Yeah.
So
Okay,
for
did you
many
guys know
years.
each other from school or something?
I was a student in college, and his father was one of our guest speakers in our class, and then I met him there, and he was supposed to make his first feature at 18. So I was like, yes, I would like to volunteer and help you out. But then we waited for a few years later to make his first feature film, Recorder.
Have you always wanted to become a producer, director?
No, I wanted to become a director. I also had a short film in Cinemalaya. We were competing against each other.
Okay.
And then I guess being a producer was because I wanted to be a director, and it's connected. It's very creative also. So
And for you, the same?
Well, I'm a second generation filmmaker, so I was always exposed to cinema at an early age. So I'm more of a film fan.
Yeah.
You know, I liked watching movies. I have a lot of like Western influences, and I guess as a storyteller and a filmmaker, what I want to do is I want to make films that I don't see on screen. So if I
Yeah.
say that this has never been done in local cinema, that's the film that I want to make.
Right.
Like something that I would want to see as an audience.
Right. But okay, I have to ask this question because it's typically like with the millennials like you, like your interest in conservation or like issues such as this, like his it's a bit of history, it's a bit of our it's our culture, like the Philippine Eagle. Your interest in this is, for me, or for me, not maybe for me lang, but a lot of other people who say, yes, these young people talking about Philippine Eagle, you kind of just hear these kinds of topics with the old guys, and then you have the young ones, pouring interest in this. Why? How? What do you think molded you, to really have interest in such?
Well, I wanted to make a sort of Western thriller, and then a lot of elements in that genre is, hunters and the
Yeah.
hunted, predators and prey, wildlife, nomadic characters in this isolated landscape. So I guess those are the elements that I put in my film, in Birdshot, and those are themes that I explore in the film.
Do you think that's also the influence, let's say, since you're second generation filmmaker?
Well, yeah, I mean, some of my favorite films, like for example, No Country for Old Men. It's a Western.
Yeah.
True Detective. Even Asian films like Memories of Murder. These are some of my inspirations, and I wanted to make a Filipino version of that. I wanted to make a Western but set it here in the Philippines, and it was almost sort of like an experiment. Like I needed cornfields instead of rice fields. I toned down the colors and made it cooler and bluer rather than the typical tropical look that you see in a lot of Filipino films. And we have this main character who's a young girl with a double-barreled shotgun. So all these elements, I combined together to create Birdshot. But at the same time, I wanted it to become, to be a socially relevant film. It still has a message.
Yeah.
It still has substance.
Right. Then even for millennials, like wanting it to be socially relevant, that's, I have to say, sometimes people think that that's rare, that would be your approach. How, as a producer, how did you also, again, approach this your story for the film, right?
I think it's always interesting to be able to produce films like this, socially relevant films. And it's mainly because Mikael wrote this, and I was really interested in Hook when I first read Birdshot. And yeah, I'm just really happy I got the project and I was able to produce it.
So you won in Tokyo.
Yes. In
We're so
October.
excited. Okay, tell us about that.
Well, we went there and we got accepted in Tokyo Film Festival last year. We brought our actress, Mary Joy Apostol, which is her first time outside the country, and Arnold Reyes, our actor.
Yeah, and then she walked the red carpet
She
and all eyes were on her and
She
her
had-
dress.
Such a beautiful long
And that was
dress.
her first time abroad and her first feature film, and I guess it was a life-changing experience.
sure.
It was.
And the big win came as a surprise for all of us. I mean, some of them were crying on stage
No,
when we
all
took
of
the
us were
award.
crying except him.
Yeah, except they had to do the
You
speech.
didn't
So
expect.
No, because we were there for 2 weeks and we didn't know because the competition was really tight.
yeah, it's a A-list festival, so we
A-list
were
festival.
up against a lot of foreign productions with very high
Really?
technical standards, and
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing I'm proud about Birdshot is we were able to compete with international standards,
Yeah.
but we did it in such a way that we made a film that was prettier instead of grittier, instead of exoticizing our country. Like we pushed the technical standards of this film. We were very patient with it. It took us 2 years to complete this, and that's why we were so proud to finally show it to a Filipino audience last night. And we can't wait for the reaction of the general audience when
Yes.
we release it August 16.
Okay, so from last night, what did you gather from your Filipino audience?
Actually, we were so surprised that the audience loved it. And you can.
Why would you say that though? Like,
Because we were making it, and I thought it was for the international audience at first. And
okay.
then when we were sitting there watching along with the audience and the reaction of the crowd,
Because it's
Yeah, it's
a
really-
very serious film. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
serious
very
film.
painful film, but at the same time, it's a beautiful film. Like there's this combination of destruction and grace, and it's just surprising to see the Filipino spirit, while watching the film. Because in most foreign countries, when we watch the film, everyone's serious, everyone's quiet, everyone's
Yeah.
focused on screen. Here, sometimes they laugh, they chuckle, they scream.
yeah, that's true.
They react to what they see on screen. They react to the lines. So it's
Yeah.
just a different experience watching it with fellow Filipinos.
And on the international end, though, how did they, receive this film?
We've been getting
we've been getting
positive
really good
reviews. I mean,
reviews.
even here locally. And
Cultural wise, culturally, like in terms of our Philippine culture.
a lot of them say that some of them, for some of them, it's the first Filipino film they've seen. The others, they say that they've seen other Filipino films, but nothing like Birdshot. Birdshot
Yeah.
looks different.
Actually, in screenings, after the screenings, a lot of people approach me and they say, "Wow, thank you for this Filipino film. It's the first time I saw a beautiful Filipino film, not really showing the poverty of the Philippines, but really showing the beautiful side of the Philippines."
Yeah, because we have a lot of sequences with majestic landscapes. We shot all the way south in Davao and then all the way up north in Isabela for the cornfield. So we showcase a lot of the beauty of the Philippines. But at the same, it's also very dramatic, tragic tale. So there, we have the full spectrum basically covered in Birdshot.
Okay, just so that your co-millennials are listening, what do you think was the hardest part in making this film?
Oh, for me especially, is for financing.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest part of making any film is asking people to put money in your film and asking them to believe in your film.
Yeah.
And that was a year for me, for people to actually finance it and believe in it. And thankfully, TBA Productions paid the bet on this.
Yeah. And what about you?
Well, yeah, I mean that's always the challenge, even
Yeah, 'cause
for
so
an
young,
independent
right?
filmmaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How
And
can they give money to
if
young
it's your
people?
own script, I mean, it's always easier to hire a director when you already have,
Yes.
commercial material that you're ready to produce. But when someone approaches you with their own personal story, their own personal script, it's harder to invest. And every time I finish a film, I feel like I'm always back to square one, trying to find investors for my next project, for my next film. But at the same time, we also face some challenges, just shooting the film. I mean, we had to film Philippine eagles that are critically endangered. So
Yeah.
there's no way you can film them in the wild. We had to, get the cooperation of the Philippine Eagle Foundation, and we had to film them in their sanctuary in Davao. And what's interesting is we had to film this eagle that had an injured left wing because it's a gunshot survivor. So it's very timely. I mean, that's one of the issues that our film talks about. So this eagle couldn't. We had to film it from far with long lenses, and it would just sit on a branch, and that was the best way we could get angles of that eagle, and then edited it with the shots of our actress who we shot all the way in Luzon. So they're actually in two different islands, but when you watch the film and it's spliced together, it almost feels like they're in the same area in the forest.
And how was it like when you, in Davao or working with such agencies? Like, what could you say Filipinos can do, to help such an agency? Would you call that an agency? The Philippine
It's a foundation.
Yeah, or a foundation. Yeah. How could we help them? Because we don't really hear about these things. Everybody knows about the Philippine Eagle. We'll see it once in a while on TV. Oh, especially if someone shot it or ate it by mistake, right? But then the foundation is ongoing. There are people there actually trying to preserve it.
Yeah.
Right? So what was that like? Working with them, meeting them, and how could we influence, other people to probably help?
It's mostly just showing awareness and being aware that these eagles are critically endangered. There are only 400 of them in the whole world, and just educating the general public that it's illegal to kill them and eat them.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean, that's what
most basic-
Birdshot
yeah.
is saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
at least now more people will know that it's a crime to
Right.
kill the national bird. At the
Right.
same time, I guess more people should visit the sanctuary in Davao. And you can even adopt an eagle, but it's very
I
expensive.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you
really.
So mostly companies do it. Like big companies, they name the eagle and then they adopt it. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
So we brought like 7 people in Davao to shoot the Philippine Eagle scenes. And they were really welcoming and they really helped us. Because at that time, it was really strict in the Philippine Eagle Foundation because of the issue of there was a recent eagle that was shot. So they were really touchy with the people who were trying to shoot there. So
Yeah.
because the whole film was inspired by the killing of an eagle, and in the process of making the film, another eagle was killed.
Right.
And it was all over the news, Pamana, and
Yeah.
man.
it was very controversial at the time. So they were very careful with who they invite to the sanctuary, but luckily they were supportive and they allowed us to film these majestic creatures.
Right. And you guys are joining the PPP, right? Is it
Yes.
part of the PPP?
It's
What is the PPP? The
Pista ng Pelikulang Pilipino.
Filipino.
Okay.
So 1 week long, it's all Filipino films, no foreign films.
yes.
And,
That's so exciting. Congratulations.
So there's we were pre-selected by industry professionals. They picked like the 12 best Filipino films of the last 2-3 years,
Yeah.
and we're very proud, to have a slot and have this opportunity to show our film with the national audience. So it's showing nationwide from August 16 to 22.
Okay, so yes, last words and invite everyone. Don't forget to watch.
Yeah, if you want to see a different kind of Filipino film, a mystery thriller genre, but at the same time something with the message, something with substance, something that is both exciting and engaging, please watch Birdshot. And it's showing in PPP from August 16 to 22. That's nationwide. And like us on Facebook. Search us on Facebook. You can see the trailer, you can see pictures, and you can know more about the film. And I'm sure if you see, just by looking at the Twitter reactions or reactions of people who've seen the film, you'll be very intrigued. And I hope you go see it.
So congratulations. Go
He
ahead,
said
Pam.
all of it. Please watch Birdshot this coming August 16 nationwide.
Okay, congratulations.
And also the cast of Birdshot is starring John Arcilla, Henry Luna himself,
Yes.
Arnold Reyes, Ku Aquino, and introducing our newer star, Mary Joy Apostol.
Okay. Guys, congrats. I mean, so young and so awesome. Congratulations, Mikel and Pam. And please don't forget to watch Birdshot. Of course, congratulations also to TBA Productions. We're another awesome film, and we're looking forward to the BPP. We'll just pause for a short break. We'll be right back here in Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Ito ang DZRJ 8:10 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang dami ng peke sa world.
Unfair.
Puti mo? Peke din? Para totoong puti, mag Myra Vita White Moisture. May vitamin E at natural plant extracts to help nourish skin for that healthy white glow. May double sunscreen na, non-sticky pa. Ito ang totoong healthy white glow. From Myra White Moisturizer. Alagang holistic.
Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
Be informed, inspired, and empowered. Through radio with the voice of the youth. Samahan ang iba't ibang youthcasters habang patuloy silang nagbibigay ng inspirasyon sa mga kabataan. Abangan tuwing Sabado, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi. Dito lamang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Programang tagapagsiwalat ng katotohanan, kakampi ng inaapi, tagapagtaguyod ng katarungan, kakampi, may tindigang walang kompromiso, kakampi, kasama si Bernard Tan, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Ito lamang sa DZ 8M, A-Try Media Broadcasting Network, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ang sandigan ng mga nangangailangan, tiwala sa kabataan, karamay sa pagbabagong buhay. Sa anumang laban, ito ang inyong kasangga. Ang langit mo, ang langit, Ray Langit. Hanggang Biyernes, hanggang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Pangunahing balita at impormasyon na dapat ninyong malaman, mga kabulukan, pasisingawin at isisiwalat sa Lapid Fire. Makabuluhan at makatotohanang komentaryo para sa kapakanan ng bayan, ihahatid sa inyo ni Percy Lapid. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 10:30 hanggang alas 12 ng hating gabi sa Lapid Fire. Samahan si Percy Lapid dito sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. Hatid sa inyo ng A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Mga napapanahon at nagbabagang impormasyon, balitang tanghali, ihahatid ni Ray Langit. 30 minuto na mga rumaragasang balita, alas 12 hanggang alas 12:30. Samahan si Ray Langit tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes dito sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Mga pangunahin at umarangkadang balita, mga pinakahuling kaganapan, ihahatid sa inyo ni Angelo Almonte. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 3:30 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon sa Balitang Balita. Dito lang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. The Doctor is on air. Dito sa Klinika On Air, usapang pangkalusugan, ihahatid ang tamang gabay sa pangangalaga ng ating katawan. Klinika On Air, pangungunahan ng mga eksperto sa kalusugan, mga pinagkakatiwalaan at magagaling na doktor ng ating bansa. Respetado at kinikilala sa kanilang larangan sa medisina. Sabahan tuwing Lunes, Dr. Sunny Viloria. Biyernes, si Dr. John Reyes sa alas 7 hanggang alas 8 ng gabi. Tuwing mas naman sa Linel Huwebes, si Dr. Cecil Katapang sa alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi. Klinika On Air, dito lang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. Hatid sa inyo ng A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Hanggang alas gabi. On Air, dito lang sa DAM ng A-Try Media ng bawat Pilipino. Kaya'y nakita DZJ M. A-Try ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Is
you by Media Pro Incorporated.
Educate everything radio with Alia Murat.
Good morning! We're back here on Education Radio and with my other special guests today. It's so nice to see all of you guys today, especially you, Congressman Alfred Vargas. Welcome again.
Yes.
It's not the first time he's been on Education Radio.
Wow.
Oh, welcome again to Education Radio here at TZ.
Thank you very much, my good friend Pia. It's nice to be back here, and it's an honor to be once again be a guest here in Education Radio. And congratulations for a job well done. And I hope you keep up the terrific work you're doing, especially to our youth.
Thank you so much. And speaking of the youth, you're here for them. JCI Quezon City Capital.
Yes.
Hey.
My friends on JC. Sure. You better watch out for QC.
Yeah. We are the Quezon Capital, also known as JCI Quezon City Capital. And we've been in existence for a few years already. The president of 2017 organized president. I have here with me, allow me to introduce Rodney, the Secretary General of the chapter.
Rodney.
Our Vice President for International Affairs, Mike Famaranglas.
Good morning.
And of course, our Vice President for Business and Finance, Glenn Rufino.
Good morning of the show. Okay, so you have this activities as usual. JC says busy, right? So, but this is
always busy.
Yeah, right. But this specific the youth. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have two projects, upcoming two projects. One is the coral planting and of course the open water dive course, which is headed by Vice President Mike. And the other one is Run for Kinabukasan, which is headed by Vice President Glenn. So all of which are youth-based and its goal is to effect positive change and provide development opportunities that empower the youth. Okay, so maybe we can ask our project head, Mike.
Mike, go ahead.
Yes. Right now, our upcoming project for the school is open water certification to encourage divers, open divers to get certified. So in the future, we wanted them to be aware in the especially the water in coral plant. Actually, on the project. So this is already our third project. The reason is we wanted all the guides so they can also help us aware so get them certified first.
Para makapag-plant sila ng corals and to battle crash and to maintain the balance.
So different, challenging.
Very challenging.
So ang gusto naman natin ng JCs, leisure, we're promoting at the same time we're doing sustainable development projects.
Right. Doing something at the same time.
Meaningful.
Yes, it's about giving back to the environment. Like while people or scuba divers are fun, we want to be aware of our environment, the underwater, the ocean. So,
what made you come up with this? Like, why? What was the rationale for this? Why? I guess it's so timely because everybody knows that we're going through so much in terms of climate change. Would you say because you feel like, okay, when you're going on vacation, being hit by, oh my gosh, this place is so beautiful, we've got to do something, save it.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I've been a diver since 2007, so I can see time when I see garbage been thrown to the and also down. So you can see how important coral in our ecosystem. We wanted passionate scuba diver. So we wanted people to become aware.
Do you think responsive to this? Because right? Especially for them since they're the next generation.
Yun, that is why ganito yung approach namin. Kasi if na about development of the UN, para we notice hindi siya sticky sa mga especially millennials, di ba?
Yeah.
Kaya ito, it's a genius check of Mike. Kasi parang we're not actually it's fellowship for camaraderie and meeting people, especially VP Mike is single. So it's fun.
Ladies,
it's a fun way of doing it. Okay.
And at the same time, of course, you take care of you're hitting also on the health aspect, diba? You have to be, you have to be. It will improve as well.
Yes,
your
yes.
own health,
Yes,
diba?
yes.
And we heard you're a swimmer, di ba?
Yeah. That's why sabi ko health.
Galing.
Yeah.
Ayun. So maybe you can invite
Yes, invite.
people.
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone on August 19 to 20. So, inviting everyone to join the open water certification because we wanted you to get certified first. So, later on, you can help us in our advocacy, which is coral planting and coastal cleanup dive. So, because it will be easier. I mean, for everyone to understand if you are already a scuba diver, and then everyone can just join us without thinking that, okay, I'm not certified how to swim. So,
Wow. Be there.
Very good swimmer siya.
there you go.
Well, you also have another project.
Yes, headed by VP Glenn. Siguro I'll give the floor to VP Glenn.
Sige, we have Run for Kinab on November 30, that's Bonifacio Day holiday. Sa Quezon Circle, 5 a.m. Meron kaming 3 kilometers for 300 pesos, 5 kilometers, 500, 10 kilometers for 700 pesos. Naisip namin itong project na to because we believe sa JCI na yung next generation, ito yung mga next future leaders natin. We want to give premium sa education. Naniniwala kami na yung poverty as of 2015 is 26.3%. Kung makatulong kami makapagpatapos ng isang college graduate, matutulungan natin na mabago yung statistic natin. Naniniwala kami na kapag ang isang tao nakapag-aral, harap siya ng magandang trabaho at maahaw niya sa kahirapan ng kanyang pamilya.
Oh.
Diba?
Yes.
Support to Salad and
So here, it's Run for Kinabukasan. It's for the youth of Quezon City talaga. And yun, so who want to join, we're 1,000 to 1,000 runners. Hindi naman, you don't have to runner kahit lakad if you want to participate. And yun, sinabi for the interest. Paano ba, Len?
Yes. Naniniwala din kami na maraming gustong tumulong at kaya. So, kung gusto nyo mag-sponsor ng isang estudyante, kahit hindi libre na naman yung tuition fee So, kailangan din ng estudyante ngayon yung allowance.
Correct.
Yung pang-araw-araw gain, pamasahe, maraming estudyante na naglalakad. So, pag may bagyo, hindi na sila makapasok, wala sa sapatos, payong. So, maraming pwede tayong maitulong. So, kung gusto nyo at number sa 0917-81937. And we're very happy and excited to
Of course, Kong. I mean, syempre yung youth, Quezon City, just for the knowledge of everybody, is huge.
Yeah.
Napakalaki talaga ng Quezon City. Go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So guys can join, especially yung you guys can join and support Run for Kinabukasan of JCI QC Capital. And also partner din namin dito yung JCI Quezon City Sampaguita and JCI Quezon City Diamante. So this is gonna be a big event which will be on Bonifacio Day, November 30. So I hope we see you guys there.
Let's move back a bit on what JCI is all about. Okay, because well, I'd like to say hi to my dad, who was a JC senator. So
Of Capital.
Of Capital.
Yes, team na. The luminaries there. Of Capital.
So I know that JCs, ang daming JCs. Oh, hello kayo.
Ay, nag-hi sila. All the JCI listeners.
So, diba? So yes, tell us about JC. What is this all about? What do you guys do?
Well, JC Group was is an association of or it's a group of young persons who are between 80 to 40 years trying to affect change. And we would like to identify ourselves as active citizens. We are proactive in the development. We are proactive each other. We are proactive in all aspects of life in trying to effect change. So basically, sasabihin ng mga tao, ano ba yan? Parang rotan, parang parang ano? In a way, but dito lang, this is the only organization that it's a requirement. You have to be 18 to 40 years old. So parang this is formative years in terms of career. So parang we want to help each other, we want to train each other. Para by the time we're 40, we're ourselves already professionally and personally.
Oo nga,
Yeah.
18 years old youth. How do you as 18 now?
Right, ang guest is parang 23 or 24 si director si Jericho. Yes, so
Wow.
yeah.
And
So samahan siya ng mga
future leaders.
yeah, for example, in Capitol, this is our Capitol JCs is a group of individuals who are businessmen, politicians, congressmen, councilors, doctors, lawyers, ang professors, 'di ba? Ang dami. And pagka sama-sama kami during our meetings, there's really no way but to help each other talaga.
Yeah.
And inspire. Everyone who's listening there between 40 I suggest I encourage you to join JCI. We have 200 chapters in the Philippines. Kung ano yung pinakamalapit na chapter, sumali ka na sa JCI.
Oh my, and I know like the friendship are also lifetime. At least that's what I even saw with my father, no? So
Yes.
the help that you're doing now is going to be for life.
Yes.
For life.
If you join, especially namin sa experience namin with Capitol, you have an instant support system, an instant system of reliable people na parang sometimes, di ba, we nurture friendship for how many years, di ba? Walang ng totoong friends, you only know after how many years of nurturing the friendship, the relationship. Pero in JCI, especially in Capitol, basta makapasok, you're part of the family na kaagad, we will help you kahit anong mangyari.
So the whole events that you have, like for the youth especially, no, yung makakaasa rin ng tao na what you're doing is also long term. Kasi hindi lang project, it is long term.
Yes.
So that's what I want people to also understand, because that's also the thinking being JCI. Diba? Earlier when we was talking to like filming, so I say, can you like to say hello to the people listening from Dubai?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Say, you can greet them.
Good morning.
Good morning, especially some filming. Earlier on we're saying journey also like in Dubai, Qatar, that as well. And I'd like to my sister, she's watching me today. Good morning, Patty.
Oh wow, the heart throb.
Yeah,
the heart throb.
Yeah, super. See, alam ni ko.
Yeah, I her is my friend.
Yeah, brother-in-law.
Yes, RB. Yes, RB.
Right. Okay, again, let's go back to earlier on. I said that the filmmakers nga millennials, 25 at 26 years already producers into concept, and well, obviously because shot was also talks about conservation. It hits about issues as the Filipino, other things in our culture. Well, that's the primary thing there, no? But in as well, we are free. Your dying is all, and coral building is also about conservation.
Yes.
And maybe you could also talk. This is so important. Let's bring it at level, because some people in my end, I'll understand what's important. um, especially the benefit of the youth. Why are we building corals? Diba? Why are we, making an effort to dive and build corals?
Actually, most of our marine life depends on the coral. So most of their living, it's always from the coral. So that's why it's very important. We have to more corals. So this is actually like their house. So more corals you put, that means there's more marine life, more fish there. As you can see in some area, for in Boracay or somewhere in Palawan, if there's some place that no coral, you can see the actually lesser marine life because they don't have home.
Yeah, so what we're talking about here, pinag-usapan natin dito is the livelihood then. That's
yes,
what you're trying to preserve as
yes,
livelihood of the people here. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, importante yun.
Yeah.
That's especially if okay, I'm going to say especially if we're in federalism.
Yes. Yeah.
Being in federalism sooner rather than later, as I understand, each and every area should know fit.
Yes.
Right, provide for their own constituent people. Yeah, we have how to do that as well. So far, do you think the youth is very active of this?
Yeah, in fact, I have talked to some of people, UP, advocate in this kind of what we're doing. I'm getting some positive results or positive feedback from them that they're willing to also help us. So I'm hoping that in also partner with this youth in.
Yeah, because dami lang ideas itong mga kabataan natin. Super technology while you're at it building.
Yeah, actually that's very good. At least they're very aware that
right. The same goes for for the youth, this one that you have.
For kinabukasan.
Okay. Why are we calling this a run for their future? Sa kinabukasan. Alam ba ng kabataan? Are they responsive to this as well? Do you think that the youth, I'll ask you, JC, do you think that the youth are also very receptive to their future? Especially the millennials.
Yeah, I think yes, there's a lot of youth nowadays, especially from the poor to the sector of the society. They're much anticipating the run for kinabukasan kasi the objective doon is free. The tuition fees right now it's free. Yung for food, for supplies, that's now to provide them what they need. And technically there's a lot of youth students right now from high school. We just
are the high school kids just
concluded a leadership excellent award last April. And technically the fourth year students are practically the receive scholarships.
Yeah. So our target now initially around $100, no? Yeah. Able to. Yeah. Ganon. Kasi sometimes it's not just about the tuition. Extra pati yung miscellaneous, yung pamasahe pa lang how much na. Pa lang how much. And then mga daming requirement.
Agree ko kasi like I just last week na pag-usapan ko dito na I did counter student school. Actually, namatay nga walang nun, diba? Kasi kulang sa baon. I mean, ganun ka lang baon, diba?
Student from Quezon City.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna look into it, para this thing will not happen again.
Matagal na yun, Kong, pero the thing is, it happens.
Wow.
It happens.
It's very tragic.
Yeah, who can survive na naman at 3 pesos a day? May nabibili pa ba tayo sa 3 pesos a day? Wala na, sigurado, diba? So, it's good that you're coming up with these kinds of projects wherein you're helping them, not just the tuition, kasi hindi nga pwede tuition lang. There's more to that. Siyempre also dignity when you go to school, you believe in that. In other words, siguro naman you to feel like, you know, they're dressed when they go to school, they have good, you know, not hungry, and masahe. Do you think that you could also have more to in this project as well? Do they participate? Kasi it's not easy. Just their project financing is a very difficult thing.
Yes, but we partnered with student organization kasi hindi lang namin siya pakainin, kailangan namin sila i-guide all the way. So we sila ng college, as a JCI, meron kami mga business, i-guide din namin sila, i-mentor namin sila para maging, kasi ang tanong ng mga estudyante, what's next after college?
Oo nga.
Pakakahanap ka ng trabaho.
Oo nga, paano yun?
So hindi namin sila here to support them with them success nila kung anong believe generation.
Buti sabi mo yan. Because that's always the question. Diba?
So si VP Glenn is also on the path of in the path of pursuing this program or project wherein Capital will be one day will be breeding social entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yun yung inaano niya together with QCPU, di ba tama? Okay.
Is that Kong? I mean, social entrepreneurs. It's full of awareness.
Yes. That's what we need.
Yes.
That's what we need.
I agree.
Yes.
Reset ang mga kataan to.
Yes, excited sila nung nakusap QCPU. So excited, we meet 800 graduating students. So nag-present sila sa amin ng 42 products. So ngayon lang nila kasi ang fear naman baka naman ng trabaho. Graduate apply plan. So we're going to support them all the way.
Since I'm media and we're supposed to be a tool to help you guys.
Yes.
Unison. No, how do we now implore the help of others? What are certain things that maybe we can ask them and to help them believe in such a program, diba? Paano sila makakatulong? How can they contribute? We need companies to hire. Ganyan. Need companies to hire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of people what kind of students or products are we talking about when they come from JCI? Like, I'm sure each and every company will be looking at the background of these students, and you're hearing from the JCI now that there's a pinapabangay to just guide. So in other words, can be rest that you proper mentoring, financing.
Yes.
So parang whole person.
Yeah, whole person. It's not just so now since there are also a lot of public servants or public officials in Capital, diba? We have councilors, we have congressmen, we have assistant secretaries, we have of the civil service. Yun din ang gusto namin to have a forum wherein if you dream of serving the country by way of being a government employee or official, how we can also guide you kasi malaki yung dyan malaki yung human resource ng Capital JCs.
Nationwide naman ang JCs.
Yes. There's JCI Philippines.
Yes.
Diba? JCI Philippines has 200 chapters. Isa lang kami yung Capital din. Isa lang kami sa 200.
Yeah.
Yes.
More concentrated on the Quezon City area.
Of course. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, these students, if they find some kind of job opportunity in Davao City,
yes,
they're capable of contributing in Davao City.
Yes, of course. And I'd also like to say the JCI chapters in Davao, they have around marami, and very vibrant and very we have very good chapters there in Davao.
Okay, so invite everyone again. Go ahead.
I would like to invite again everyone on August 19 to 20 to participate or join us in open water certification. If you have any question or further details, you can contact me, Mike, 0917-542-2288.
Facebook, meron
That's we have the Facebook account actually, Facebook event page, which you can search that is JCI Open Water Certification.
And for Glenn,
Yes, for Run for Kinabukasan, we're inviting you to join us, and to those who wants to help or to sponsor, just contact me at 0917-819-3372. We believe that if we help each other, we are better together.
wow, galing. Yes, go ahead.
I would like to invite everyone ages from 18 to 40 years old. If you want to join to make an impact and make positive change, please contact me at 0917-500-3079 and be part of JCI QC Capital.
Facebook mo, ano Facebook?
My Facebook is just search my name, Rodney Mangalindan.
Okay, thanks, Rodney.
Okay,
Go
and of
on.
course, I would like to invite everyone to watch my Cinemalaya movie. Bilang off topic, no? But it's also education related. It's all
Congratulations also.
so it's now showing in Ayala Cinemas. Kasama ng mga film ni Direk Mikael. The movie is, I'd like to invite everyone to watch Ang Guro Kong Hindi Marunong Magbasa, ngayong Cinemalaya na po, directed by Pere Escaño and starring yours truly, Alfred Vargas. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Kong Alfred. Thank you so much, JCI QC Capital.
Thank you, Pia. It's always an honor. It's always fun to talk to you.
Come back, come
here.
back.
Thank you so much.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, the Run for Kinabukasan is just not only for this year, but it will be a yearly
So
thing.
continuous, yearly. Okay. So come back.
Yeah, same also with the core planting and all the scuba diving project. We're planning to do this like
All
every
year
year.
round. Okay.
Yes.
Yearly. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This has been another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 8 Trimedia. Hasta luego, everyone.
Mga usaping pang-edukasyon. Tuwing 9 hanggang umaga. Ito lang sa JM8 Media ang bawat mga usaping edukasyon, karaniwang hindi na pa, ngunit kailangan sa napamumuhay. Tara na. Tuto. Tuwing Sabado, alas 9 10 ng umaga, dito lang sa DZRJ 10 Try ang himpilan bawat Pino. Ito ang DZRJ AM 8 Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.